The December 8, 2021 meeting of the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is now called to order. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is charged with conducting hearings to determine whether an alleged violation of the city code has occurred. Decisions made by this quasi-judicial board will be based on the evidence and facts presented this evening. Our meetings are conducted in accordance with the Roberts Rules of Order, and each case will begin with the city presenting its evidence of the alleged violation. The respondent will then present his or her case. Both parties will have an opportunity to cross-examine all witnesses. The board members may question any witnesses. Comments by both parties must be relevant to the case. Persons wishing to speak will be given an opportunity to do so by the chairman and must address the board from the podium after giving their name and address. Upon request, copies of materials submitted by staff are available for review. Board members are reminded to obtain permission to speak from the chair, and questions of the city should be directed to the attorney for the city. This time I'd like to ask all persons who expect to give testimony tonight to please stand and be sworn in by the city clerk.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony or evidence you're about to give or present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Okay, great. Next, we'll take care of ex parte communications. I'll now ask the members of the board if they've had any ex parte communications with anyone regarding any of the matters that are coming before us this evening. If you've had verbal ex parte communications, please disclose the when, where, and with whom those communications occurred, as well as the sum and substance of those communications. If you have received written ex parte communications, please disclose the form of the written communications, who sent you the communications, and the sum and substance of those communications. I'll start down the end.
I've had none.
No, none.
None.
None?
None.
None.
Very good. Okay, minutes of the meeting held on November 10th, 2021. All members have had a copy of it and had a chance to review. Does anybody have any changes, additions, corrections, or comments on the meeting minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I move. Okay.
Second. You move? Samir seconds. Motion is second. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Okay, so as per our usual, we will be taking some cases out of order. Our first case tonight, gentlemen, will be 4950. Following that will be 5200, and then 5268, and then 5354. Oh, wait a minute, is that right? No. Yeah, that's, and then 5990, I think. Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we'll start off with case 4950.
Case number 214950, City versus Point Plaza Lot 3 LLC for the property located at 8710 Harney Road. Case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 10(3)A sanitation grass weeds 150 and Section 18665A minimum standards commercial buffers repair. Case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Jose Silva. City is evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were both properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members. Jose Silva, Code Compliance Officer. This case originated practically on September 2nd, 2021. While at the location, I met with Mr. Walt Peterson, the representative for Rugco Properties, and discussed the overgrown condition of the retention pond. I was advised the responsibility of the maintenance for the retention pond area fell to the plaza owners due to a cross easement agreement filed with the clerk of the court requiring the plaza owner to maintain the retention pond. This time I sent an email to the representative managing the plaza for asking for the retention pond to be mowed and taken care of. After receiving no response from the property manager, I sent an email on September 10th, 2021 to the plaza owner requesting also the retention pond to be cleaned up. My inspection on October 27, 2021 revealed no change, so a notice of violation was completed with a compliance date November 19, 2021. I obtained service on Mr. Peterson, the representative of Rugco Properties, by email, which he confirmed receiving service. On November 19, 2021, I inspected the property and noted no change. I have 3 photographs I'd like to submit.
We'll accept those, thank you.
Aerial of the property. Aerial of the property showing the retention pond and the overgrown conditions of the retention pond. As of today's date, it's still out of compliance. The plaza owners have started on it, trying to clean up the retention pond.
So work has started,
Yes.
The work has started, yes, sir.
thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
We have 2 violations.
2 violations, fence and the overgrown conditions of the pond.
What's wrong with the fence?
You see the one photo? It's fences,
Oh, yes, just bent.
yes, sir.
Any other questions for the code officer? Thank you. Understand the
respondent
respondent
is
is here. Okay. Would the respondent like to make any comments? State your name and address for the record first, please.
Excuse me. My name is Walt Peterson, Rudco Properties. My personal address is 3835 Saba Court in Punta Gorda, Florida. I am the engineer that worked for Rudco Properties. I manage their total portfolio. I've worked for them for 28 years. Unfortunately, the way that the violations have to be filed here, they have to be filed against the owner, which we are of the property. On the back portion of the property is a retention basin that services 3 vacant properties that Rudco Property owns and the shopping center itself. So these 4 properties contribute water into this retention basin. In the title documents for the owner of the shopping center, there is a caveat in the title work, which he got when he purchased the property, that the maintenance of that particular pond is done by him. Case closed.
So you're saying you're not responsible?
Only if you want to put me in jail, and, which, that's okay too. But if it doesn't get taken care of, then I have the privy in a civil case of going and cleaning up, which we will do. We have no problem with that, spending the money and getting it done. And then we'll have to sue them and take them to court, but
So-
that's not your job here to do that. That's,
I appreciate that, thank you. Question for the code officer.
Yes.
I'll wait till we get, go on up. Thank you. You mentioned that some work was being accomplished now. Do we know who's doing it for who?
The plaza owner has contracted somebody. They started today.
Okay,
So
okay. But he's not the plaza owner.
he's not the plaza owner. He is because the way the code is written, we have to address it with the property owner. And if you see the aerial of that I showed you, that area, the property belongs to Rudco Properties. And that retention pond is within their area. But of course, like Mr. Peterson mentioned, there's a civil agreement that's going to have to be enforced outside of the MCEB here.
Yeah, where the leasee basically has the responsibility for cleaning up that pond. Okay.
Correct.
All right, and they apparently are doing it.
They started today, yes, sir.
All right, that's clear as mud, thank you. Very good, thank you, I get it. Any other questions for the respondent or?
I have a question for maybe Doug.
Jose.
Yes. Wouldn't it, like, when they did the site plan a while back, when they did the retention pond, wouldn't that be a requirement from SwiftMud on the property owner to have this maintained and clean?
It is, and Rudco is the property owner, but there's that civil maintenance agreement with the plaza owner. So I can't bring action against the plaza owner. I have to bring action against Rudco in order for it to start so they can go after the plaza owner.
Did SwiftMud get involved?
The SwiftMud was not involved. I called SwiftMud, and it was the round robin on the voicemail phone.
Because they have code enforcement too.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, that's neither here nor there. So bottom line, yes, sir. Bottom line is, whatever we do tonight will be assessed either give him the 30 days or whatever you guys decide will be against the property owner. And it's gonna be up to him to work out the other issues. Okay?
Have a
Sure, go ahead.
Wanted to ask a Redco representative, do you have any idea how long it takes to, like in the past, has it taken stuff?
Ernie, I think your mic's off.
I'm wondering whether you know approximately or can guess how long it should take to,
I have no idea, and we have since August tried to get in touch with somebody from them, and I have never spoken to anybody directly. After 28 years with Rudco, it's the first time that I had to have an attorney working for Rudco contact somebody because I didn't know who to get in touch with.
Well, let me ask you this, since you've been working it so long, when's the last time that pond was cleaned out?
Repeat the question?
When's the last time that pond was maintained? Do you
When
know?
we owned the property. We used to own the total property.
Yeah, so how long ago was the last time you guys maintained it?
8 years ago.
Okay, so it's been sitting there getting unmaintained for 8 years.
I mean, do you remember how long it took back then for it to be?
No, because it probably took them 2 days to clean it, because we were doing it every year.
Yeah, so it hasn't been done in 8 years, so it's probably,
I'm just asking to help you guys.
I understand, yeah. It's gonna be a big job. All right. Any other questions for either respondent, counsel, or code enforcement?
Yes.
Okay.
In a situation like this, it seems clear to me that the person responsible for doing it, which is not the owner, should do it. And so it looks like that there'd be some provision in our code here to contact that person. That is, Doug contacting that person, because that's the person that's supposed to be doing it.
This
So
is.
why can't that be done?
Because the way the law works, the way our code works, is that the property owner is ultimately responsible for the condition of that property. Whether that property owner has contracted with someone else or if there's some document that makes someone else responsible, that will be between the property owner and that other person responsible.
Well, that's very, very clear, but that's totally clear, but he said there's no one he could contact. So he said that he had to get an attorney
You know, I
just
don't have a
to
problem.
contact
I
someone.
don't have a problem.
Huh?
I don't have a problem with it. Just find me guilty, do what you gotta do, and we'll take care of it.
Yeah, it just seems like it's just such a big deal, and all it is that we need to contact the right person and say, hey,
By the way, may I say something? I was standing up here about 10 years ago. At that time, I was up here for the same reason. We used to own the Kmart property. And we only owned the title fee and the money that was in the property. And the way the lease had originally been written between Kmart and the original holder of the title had no option to do the maintenance. We were here under the same circumstances. The only thing that was different was the guy that dragged me here, not being Jose, it was Joe.
Okay.
Remember
I
Joe?
remember Joe, yeah.
Okay, exactly the same thing. We had no option. They brought us here. The Kmart people showed up and they took care of everything.
It's, think of it as really being no different than a rental home property.
Yep.
Same situation. So, anyway, thank you, sir. Have a seat.
No, I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to-
Oh, go ahead.
Just so it's clear to me, that whoever's has started the repair work, that is the company that's responsible for the maintenance. That's what you said?
I don't understand your question.
Well, you said somebody's already started some work on that.
Actually, Jose said that. He didn't.
I was told by Jose that a track hose showed up there today. I
Okay.
haven't been to the property.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with you. That's
correct.
That's the company. Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? Have a seat, sir. Thank you.
By the way, thank you for the professionalism and the way you handled this stuff. I appreciate it.
So, if there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
In case number 21-4950, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the city Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 8710 Harney Road, with the violations applicable code section 10-3 subsection A, and the violation 8-166 subsection 5 subsection A. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, Jose Silva, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which received and entered as part of this record of hearing. I further move that the said violation be corrected on or before January 12, 2022. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before the day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, any previous violation committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $50 per day.
It's $25 per violation.
Per violation.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So basically, whoever is supposed to be doing it has until January 12, 2022 to get it done. If that doesn't happen, unfortunately, you're gonna have to come back and tell us.
Thank you.
And we'll probably give you an extension, but that's how it goes. Thank you very much. Next case, please.
Case number 215200, City versus Alexei Aviskov and Carrie Marin de Eskikova for the property located at 226 Flato Avenue. The case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-102-13B, exterior walls maintained in good repair. Case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were both properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case originated by me on September 14th, 2021 for stained exterior walls. I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of September 28th, 2021. My reinspection on October 11th showed no change. So I generated a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection date of October 25th. I posted the notice at the site and copies were mailed, both regular and certified mail, to the owner of record. My reinspection on November 17th showed no change, so I prepared a notice of hearing and scheduled the case for the December Municipal Code Board meeting. This time I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by me on October 12th and November 17th, 2021.
Thank you. We'll accept that.
Exhibit number 1 shows the posting of the notice of violation. Exhibit number 2 shows the stained exterior walls, and exhibit number 3 shows the stained exterior walls. The site is in compliance, and I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance.
We'll accept that. Thank you very much.
Since the site is in compliance, I'm seeking a finding.
Respondent here? Is there anything you want to add to that? If you do, you gotta come up, give your name and address, and then speak.
Alexei Evsikov, owner of 226 Flato Avenue. Unfortunately, I was out of state and out of the country from the beginning of September till November 18th, so I couldn't receive the notices. Upon receiving the notices, I cleaned the property.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions for the code officer or the respondent? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Okay. In case number 21-5200, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence of the following violations the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 226 Flato Avenue. And in violating the code sections 8-102-13B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos and affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violation were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So, sir, you've been found to be in violation of the code, but because you brought it back into compliance prior to the date of tonight's meeting, there's no fine involved. However, if that situation rears its ugly head again, it'll be within how many days, Tom?
30 days.
Within the next 30 days, it'll be considered a repeat violation, and the time to comply and the fines go up drastically. So just to give you a heads up, okay? Thank you very much. Next case, please.
Case number 21-5268, City versus HSR Tampa LLC for the property located at 8728 Beverly Drive. Case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 828A1, permits application required. Case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Jose Silva. City has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were both properly served.
Good evening again, Mr. Chairman, board members. Jose Silva, Code Compliance Officer. This case originated on September 17, 2021, from Community Development Inspector Bennett requesting a notice of violation to be completed, reference a stop work order at the residence she posted. This time, I completed notice of violation with a compliance date of September 27, 2021. The home was not occupied, so I mailed notice to the home as well as City Hall. Mail copies both certified and regular mail to the registered owners and agent. On November 12, 2021, I noted no electrical permit was obtained, so it was set for the December MCEB. On today, I met with Joe Ferris and ascertained that permits still have not been obtained. This time, I'd like to submit a photo of the posted notice at the front door and the stop work order.
Accept those, thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Well, as of tonight's meeting, there still is no permit, correct? Second. So as of right this moment, we still don't have a permit, correct?
Yes, as of today, there's still no permit.
Okay. Any other questions?
Is the work completed?
I have no idea. That's why Mr.
Yeah, Amir's here.
Anisi's here.
Oh, okay. We might,
Thank you very much. Amir, do you have something to add?
Good evening, I'm Anisi, building official. The stop work order was originated back in September while the inspector was performing an inspection for the roof. Noticed that some work is going on inside the house. Post a stop work order for building reno and also electrical renovation and also the plumbing. So the plumbing contractor came in, applied for permit, they obtained the permits, and a week or 10 days later, they canceled the permits. I don't know why, what was the reason?
The plumbing contractor canceled the permits he picked up 2 weeks earlier?
Right,
Okay.
right. And then on their application, they noted $20,000 work, cost of the work for plumbing.
Okay.
So, again, we had plumbing permit, and again, a couple of weeks later, it has been canceled. And as far as the building rental permit, we have not found any application yet. We don't have any application, or same thing with the electrical.
Okay, so we have a total of 3 outstanding permits, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Amir?
Any communications with the owners?
We have tried. Apparently, they're investor, and I've been told they're coming from out of states, and we have no way of really having a direct communication with them. We tried, we attempted, but we haven't been successful. So
There is somebody here tonight that represents somebody, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, you'll get your chance just a second. Okay, anything else, Amir?
that's it.
Okay, thank you. Do you have something you want to add? Make sure you state your name and address for the record, please.
Errol Schneider, 8728 Beverly Drive. I'm a construction manager for HSR Tampa. When they came to do the roof permit, they had said that we were in violation and did the stop work order. Our house was for sale. The work that was performed in there was something that typically we would not apply for any type of permitting for. In any type of the renovations, we do multiple houses. We apply for permitting all the time. we applied for the roof permit as well. We didn't do any foreseen electrical work that would require a permit or plumbing. The original plumber, this is before I was hired, the original plumber was contracted to do work for the company, so I was told, and they canceled that renovation. Since then, we've hired a general contractor to pull permits for us, which I've submitted kitchen layout, because they say that's a violation for us, that we changed our kitchen cabinets, which we weren't aware of, but now we are. And for a renovation permit. As of before I came here, I couldn't get a hold of the contractor that we've paid to pull this permit to get any type of information on what's the application number. So then I called, and my call before I got here, they told me they don't have any record of it. Otherwise, the stop work order would have been lifted. So that's where,
So as far as you
we're not
know-
trying to not,
No, I get it. So as far as you're concerned, your GC is at least going through the motions to get the proper permits, and it's tied up in somebody's office, the mail, or someplace.
I assume
Okay.
so. I don't have experience with pulling permits with Temple Terrace or really, I mean, outside of the state of Florida.
Okay.
So,
You're from
I
Philly?
mean, I'm from Philly, in the state of Florida.
I can tell.
It's a little different in Pennsylvania than here, but we're trying to do it. We have buyers for the house that we've given them repeated extensions. You know, our holding costs are astronomical. We're trying to get it settled so that we can sell the home.
Understood. Yeah. I grew up just outside of Camden, by the way.
What part of Jersey?
South Jersey, little town called Glendora.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm from Center City, Philly. So
Okay. So anyway, any questions for the code officer or the respondent?
So the house is, all the work is completed or
yeah,
still,
it's been completed.
it's been
It was
completed?
completed when the violation happened.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you think 1 month will be enough for the contractor, general contractor to
From
get
today,
from today?
I was hoping it would be settled prior to now.
Okay,
But yes, if you were willing to grant an extension, that'd be fantastic.
sounds good.
Question for Amir. You can have a seat, we can call you back up. Since the work's all been completed, is there a possibility that there might have to be some destructive testing or something to
I
ensure?
hope not. We will issue after the fact permit, and we have to see the content and the description of the work. We're not gonna tear up the walls
Yeah, unless you
to
have
look
to.
at the piping, so hoping that somebody would, architect or, licensed inspector would, certify letter and stating that they accepted.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
In case number 215268, I move that the city has proven by greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace Code did exist on a property located at 8728 Beverly Drive, applicable code section 8-28 subsection 8 subsection 1. This motion is based on a sworn testimony this board has received from a code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation, all of which received and entered as part of the record for this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before January 12, 2022. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine of each and every day the violations continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
There a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. So you got 30 days to get it straightened out. My suggestion to you is to maybe come down here tomorrow and to the building department, see if they can't find the application at least. And then at least you can call your contractor from here and tell them, hey, I'm down here, and they don't have any record of it or whatever. But you got 30 days to get it straightened out.
Thank you so much.
Now, if for some strange reason you can't, you or somebody from your company is gonna have to come back and tell us that in a month,
Okay,
okay?
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Next case, please.
Case number 215354, City versus Peninsula Holding Group LLC for the property located at 533 Broxbourne Avenue. Cases before the board based on alleged violation of Section 828A1, permits application required. Case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Jose Silva. City has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were both properly served.
Good evening again, board members and chairman. This case originated on September 20, Jose Silva, code compliance, excuse me. This case originated September 21st, 2021 from Community Development requesting a notice violation to be completed reference stop work orders at the residence. The general contractor had removed himself from the job and work was occurring by unknown subjects under the contractor's license. At this time, I completed notice of violation with a compliance date of October 4th, 2021. I posted the notice at the home as well as City Hall. Also mailed copies, both certified and regular mail, to the registered owner and agent. On November 12th, I noted no change, no permits were issued, so it's set for this December MCEB. On today, I ascertained from Community Development, Joe Ferris, no permits had been obtained for the interior renovation and plumbing. This time, I'd like to submit copies, photo of the stop work, correction of the notice posted at the door and the 2 stop work orders for interior renovation and plumbing.
We'll accept those, thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none, is the respondent here?
No.
No respondent? Okay. Amir, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Originally, the issue came before us back in January of this year. We issued a stop work order for interior reno. However, they came through and obtained a permit for building permit after the fact, plumbing permit after the fact, and also electrical to upgrading and combining electrical meter outside the house. So seems there is issue between the investor, owner, and the contractor, and contractor finally requested to be removed from the permit, and as of September, work still is pending in absence of a contractor, in absence of a permit.
Okay.
So,
So they had a permit, they had a contractor, something happened,
right,
and he withdrew.
right.
Okay.
Right.
Very good. Any other questions?
How many permits were there total?
At the beginning, we issued back, I believe was early part of this year, we issued permit for building. After the fact, we issued permit for plumbing and electrical. And electrical, has been completed, finalized, but the building permit, again, the contractor decided to remove himself.
Okay, so you
And-
still have an outstanding electrical permit and a plumbing permit.
Right, and we have not been any inspection, throughout the house, so.
Very good. Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I did.
Okay.
Do it or not? All right, I'll do it.
Somebody?
I got it.
Thank you.
In case number 215354, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 533 Broxbourne Avenue. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Jose Silva and other witnesses, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before January 12th, 2022. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Half a second ahead of you. So we motion and second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. Okay, next case, it should be 5990.
Could we actually take 3954 first? We have respondents here for that.
Okay, 39. What page is that on?
First one, first
page.
case.
Okay, got it, okay.
Case number 213954, City versus Mikhail Herambor and Maria H. Alvarez Reyes for the property located at 201 Forest Park Avenue. Cases before the board based on alleged violation of Section 828A1, permits application required. Case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. City has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were both properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening again, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by Community Development on July 23rd, 2021 for work without a permit. I went directly to a notice of violation with a reinspection date of August 6, 2021. I posted the notice at the site and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. My reinspection on November 16th showed no change, so a notice of hearing was prepared and the case was scheduled for the December Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by myself on July 23rd and December 6, 2021.
Accept that, thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
Exhibit number 1 shows a notice of violation posting. Exhibit number 2 shows the mechanical stop work order, and exhibit number 3 shows the electrical stop work order. The site is not in compliance, and I'm seeking a ruling.
It's not in compliance?
It's not in compliance.
And there's basically, there's two permits, right?
Yes, sir, two permits.
Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none, you did say the respondent is here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if he would like to approach and say something, he's welcome to, or she, or both. So if you're both going to speak one at a time, and state your name and address before you begin, thank you.
I'm just gonna talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Name and address?
Yeah, my name is Maite Alvarez. My address 8401 Lava Place, Tampa, Florida. I'm here.
Hang on, before you begin, I noticed you came in late. Was she sworn in?
No,
Okay,
no, I have not.
she'll swear you in right now.
Okay.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony or evidence you're about to give or present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Floor is yours.
Yes, thank you so much. We're here to show, we already have pulled up 2 permits for the renovation, one for the fence and one for the renovation. However, I have held, I have different clients all around Tampa. This is my first time doing permitting in Tampa Terrace. Actually, we didn't know that we were gonna need one single permit for every single thing, like a mechanical plumbing, besides the renovation permit. We were gonna need, because this is a it's a homeowner permit. But I was talking to Cheryl, and then she said, no, even though you have the renovation permit, you need to have one for every single one. So we're in the process to get that. We already have the permit for the renovation, but now we're in the process to find contractor for every single one. So basically, we're in the process.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Any other questions for the respondent?
A month will be good enough for you to get it going?
To be honest, I'm not sure. We already have the plumbing and we have the electrical, but to find a mechanical contractor, they actually, because it's such a small work that he needs to have done, it's just the fence and the bathroom.
Not completed, it's,
No, it haven't been done. We haven't started really nothing, because now we need one for every single one. I actually called to find out what was the list of inspections that we need to go through, so that way we know where, the order of the work that we're gonna do in the house. And they say, no, you need to have all those permits beside the renovation permit. And I was like, wow, but I thought that since there was an owner permit, you didn't need to do all of the stuff. But usually we don't require that. I know this is a different district and a different way, but is that the way it is, right? So even though we have the renovation that actually shows on the drawings, they include electrical, plumbing, and all that stuff, we need to hire an actual contractor to do all that with the license. Okay, all right. So we're in the process. I don't know, hopefully it's at the end of the year. I know it's a quick permit.
holidays coming
The
up.
holidays coming up, and it's been very hard for me. I work with 3 different contractors, and they're all busy. So I don't know, if we can get at least 60 days, I think it will be helpful.
Is that, can we do 60 days or can we just?
Well,
month
I,
they
I
come
don't
back?
like, you're the board, okay? You can make a motion on whatever you think. I personally, as your chair, I would prefer you make it 30 days, and if they can come back and give us a status report in 30 days.
Okay, like I said, we already have all the two contract, and there's already a permit, already, it's complete. It's
We
just that
understand, we do understand your dilemma.
right, yeah.
Any other questions or
We're
comments?
fine.
I had a question
Go ahead.
for Amir whenever.
Go ahead. You can have a seat, thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you.
Yes, sir. Just part of my education, I guess. What is the purpose of a renovation permit on top of these other licensed contractor permits?
Right, in this particular cases, we have interior renovation, moving a structural wall. So we require a construction plan to be drawn by registered architect or engineer.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's a load-bearing wall, you have to make sure, again, you're not taking the wall, then the roof is gonna collapse. So, confirming what the property owner stated, finally, they obtained their general permit as of November 5th. So we issued the interior renovation permit. In addition to that, based on the description of a scope of a work on the drawing, additional permit is required, such as electrical, plumbing, and the mechanical. So they obtained the general permit, still, we need electrical, mechanical, and plumbing permit to complete the package. Yes.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mayor.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion. Okay, thank you.
In case number 21-3954, I move the city is proven by a greater weight of evidence that the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace Code exist on the property located at 201 Forest Park Ave. The applicable code sections would be section 8-28, subsection A, subsection 1. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before January 12th, 2022. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion?
Yeah. It looks like she gave a good reason why it would be 60 days. It seems like you can't get anyone to do anything in the construction trade anymore. It's just so hard to get them to do stuff and get a hold of them. And with the holidays coming up, seems like it might be a waste of our time and their time. I think 60 days would be a better thing in this situation, but that's my thought.
I mean, I went with 30 days just because that's consistent with what we've done in the past, and it allows us time to get a status check, if nothing else.
I agree with
If
that.
there's no other comments, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So, just so you understand, the work doesn't have to be done, you just have to have the permit. So if something comes up, if you can't get a permit in 30 days, you're gonna need to come back and give us a status update, and then this board will determine whether or not to give you another 30 days, okay?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
They had inadvertently walked out, so I don't know if they know exactly what the daily fine is.
The fine is $25 per day if it's not taken care of by January 12th. However, if you come before us on January 12th and you give us compelling reasons why you don't have the permit, there's a chance that you can get another 30 days. Okay? But the fine, right now, the fine is $25 per day, starting on January 12th. Okay? Next case, please.
Case number 215990, City versus Susan Lynn Pergolotti for the property located at 13105 North 53rd Street. Cases before the board based on alleged violation of Section 12859-3, RVs, boats, and trailers, non-commercial. Case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Director Tom Baroni. City has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, Tom Baroni, Code Compliance. This case this evening originated proactively on Saturday morning on October 23rd, 2021, when I noted the trash can receptacle placed at the curb for an extended period of time, and I also noted the utility trailer in the side yard unscreened from view. Later that day, I prepared a notice of violation for the 2 violations with the compliance date of October 28th, 2021. The courtesy of the door hanger was not given due to the code staff has had over 30 trailer cases for this location. The notice letter was posted at the front door by Officer Laurie Smith on Monday morning, and copies were sent out certified in first-class mail. I also requested a copy to be posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirement. An inspection on November 6, 2021 by Inspector Silver noted 2 trailers in the side yard unscreened from view. Inspector Allen on Saturday morning, November 13, 2021, noted a trailer unscreened from view. Another inspection on Saturday morning on the 20th of November noted that the trailer was unscreened from view. However, the trash receptacle at the curb was in compliance. At this time, I would like to submit photographic evidence of the violations that were taken by code staff. Exhibit number 1 shows the front door posting of the letter. Exhibit number 2 shows the trailer unscreened from view on November 6th, taken by Officer Silver. Exhibit number 3, the photo on the 13th of November by Inspector Allen, shows the trailer unscreened from view. Exhibit number 4 shows on the 20th of November by Inspector Smith, noting that the trailer was unscreened from view. I'd like to submit this as photographic evidence.
Accept that, thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
So we're having,
Rod, hang on.
So, just so you know, the inspection this morning at 7 a.m. noted that the trailer was not there, so therefore the property is in compliance.
Okay.
Being that it's a trailer, it's very transient, so it comes and goes. So when it's not there, of course, it's in compliance. But
Yeah, my question's kind of a moot point now since it's in compliance, but you did say there'd been 30 plus
prior
previous
cases for this owner,
notice of violations for the same.
well, they were door hangers, they were notice of violations, so I would say 50% were notice of violations. But however, again, it's transient, so as soon as I go there, it's not there, we put it in compliance. However, this time, it's been observed several times.
This is not a repeat violation.
It's not a repeat violation, no.
Okay.
Rod,
I had the same question.
same question? Okay.
30, I missed that 30,
There was 30 notice of
Right.
violations, or.
There were 30 prior cases of trailers at this location.
okay, and it's not screened and it just, is it the same trailer or
Doesn't matter.
It's-
matter.
it's
a lot of trailers?
It's a lot of trailer.
Oh,
That was a trailer.
okay.
But the bottom line is, as of this morning, I guess, it's in compliance.
Right.
Okay.
I have one other question. So we say unscreened, so all it has to be is covered from the road, so you can put a fence up.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to screen a trailer, is one by fence or vegetation.
Okay. So it's not terribly difficult to,
There's a fence gate that the owner could put it right behind the fence gate.
okay.
Any other questions for the code officer? Respondent, I believe, is here.
Yes.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
I'd like to submit an affidavit of
Okay,
compliance.
we'll accept that, thank you. Come on up, state your name and address for the record.
Michael Pergolotti, 13105 North 53rd Street. You know, the trailer, I know all these violations happen on a Saturday morning. I know it does. Because the trailer is, I leave at 6 o'clock in the morning and I don't get home until 6 o'clock at night. So there's no way that these violations are happening during the week. Okay? They're happening on Saturday morning and that trailer is only out in that property, in front of that property, in front of those gates between 7 o'clock on Saturday morning and 11 o'clock. After that, it's in back of those gates. Now, the reason why you saw 2 trailers there is one of the trailers was in an accident. We were in an accident. And so I actually text the Lori, one of the inspectors, and said that my trailer is going to be out in the front yard because the insurance company has to come and look at it and they will not go in the backyard. And I have that on text. I can show it to you. And she says, okay, no problem. Just, I'll let Tom, no, Tom, no, and then just put it in back of the yard whenever whenever the insurance company leaves. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm here today because of the October 23rd violation, which I was in compliance by October 28th. And like I said, the only reason why I'm standing here today is because of that trailer being out after the October 28th, which was November 8th. That's when I text Lori. So, other than that, I don't know what to tell you, gentlemen.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Any questions for the respondent? Seeing none, you can have a seat, sir. Thank you. I will entertain a motion if there's no other questions. Thank you.
In case number 21-5990, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace Code did exist on the property located at 13105 North 53rd Street with the applicable code 12-859 subsection 3. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record for this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violation were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. So you've been found in violation, but there's no fine because you came in compliance. But just a word of caution, if the trailer is seen there again in the next 30 days, it becomes a repeat violation. If it's a repeat violation, the time to come in compliance shortens and the fines increase. Okay, so just a word to the wise. Okay, thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, just to clarify, there is no time to come into compliance upon a finding of a repeat violation.
Okay, there you go. So it's really short. Thank you. Thank you. Next case, please.
Okay, we are gonna jump over to unfinished business.
Okay.
We will take case number 21-1856, City versus Alma Aponte for the property located at 101 Deer Park Avenue. The deadline for compliance is tonight at midnight. We have a respondent here.
Okay. Whoever the respondent is, come on up, state your name and address for the record.
Hello, my name is Adrian Aponte, address 101 Deer Park Avenue.
Okay, hang on a second. You might want to try getting closer to the mic. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh.
The mic is the bar in front of you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, because you got a soft voice, so. Okay, so go ahead and continue.
The last time we were here, I had a representative from the actual roofing company come out. So my whole issue is they filed something with my insurance company, the homeowner's insurance, and we've literally been in limbo, I believe, since April. The last time that I came here, we had the representative. He had more information than I even knew in the 6 months that I've been waiting. So I called the representative again last week, and I'm still in the same position. I also have the card of the roofing company, and I brought my insurance just in case if y'all need it.
So basically, nothing's being done because you can't get any answers out of your insurance company.
What I got from my roofing company, pretty much when the lawyer came here last time, he pretty much said that they're pretty much back and forth debating on, the pricing and the inspector and what he found and all that good stuff still. So I'm pretty much still in limbo.
Okay. Gentlemen, any questions?
I mean, is the roof safe at least? Like it's not leaking or anything like that?
Well, I have tarps on my roof right now. That's why I have the violation. I'm doing that. That's what the roofing company told me to do, just to stop from the roof leaking. I mean, I've tried to go up there when there's dry spells and take them down, but it was getting to the point that I don't want to break my neck. So
That's fair. That's fair.
I have your one. He's been here how many times?
I've only been here once.
Once.
Yeah,
One time
This
before.
is his second visit.
So he needs an additional time. to get this?
That's what he's asking for.
Yeah, and I don't have a time frame for you even for the additional time, because like I said, I'm still stuck with the same answer that I was here with last time. And that's why they sent out a representative, because I had no idea. Like I said, I've never dealt with insurance. This is my first insurance claim. We've lived in this house for 22 years now, so.
Has the adjuster been out to your house?
Yes, the adjuster has been out. The roofing guy was there as well. They've put in their quote. Like I said, that whole process started back in April, and I'm still waiting. So.
Wow. Okay.
And it's a big job. I mean, I'm starting to get nervous because I literally have a house two houses down from me that they had the same issue, and their roof completely caved in. And I think that's 105 Deer Park Avenue. Yeah, their roof completely caved in. They just finished getting the roof redone, and they're going through remodeling in the house because all the walls inside completely collapsed. So we had a big termite issue on our block, and I'm kind of waiting with 3 kids in the house, hoping that doesn't happen to me. So.
So
Do you happen to know what the conflict is between the insurance company and the, is it
They
a
won't tell
price
me.
issue?
So what I got from the roofing company is if I do come in communication with my insurance company and I say anything different from what he's told the insurance company, this whole process is going to completely start over again. And
Generally speaking, so I work in insurance, that's what I've done since 2008. So generally speaking, they will not talk to him. If he calls in, and I'm sure your attorney has said, don't talk to your insurance company, and the insurance company generally will say, you have an attorney, we're not gonna talk to you. So that's, I can say, if you've been waiting since April, depending on the company, in the last 6 months, one company in Florida's already gone under, and then 3 or 4 others have gotten approval from the state to dump tens of thousands of policies in the state of Florida.
Wow.
So they're not financially stable. So that's really the issue, is they probably just don't want to pay the claim. I mean, that's just my opinion from my experience.
like I have a friend from work. He's the one that recommended me the company. He put in a claim in January, and they just approved his claim 2 days ago.
11 months. Wow.
So that's my whole.
So it sounds like he's here for an extension.
We don't, just one more question. We don't have any safety issues, do we have?
No, he's got.
Like I said, we had the inspector come already from the insurance and from the roofing, and they've told us we're okay. I'm just noting the fact that we did have a house down the street that happened to. So, you know, our block is kind of going through a bunch of roof
If you have
remodels.
nothing else and we have no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Case number 21-1856, code violation section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C. Based on the testimony by Adrian Aponte, I move that we extend the deadline for compliance on, this is 101 Deer Park Avenue. We extend the compliance date until January 12th. 2022.
A motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. All those, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So you got another month. Sadly, if, if things don't change, and I hope they do for you, you'll need to come back and say hi again.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, I
Seriously,
appreciate it.
good luck.
Thank you.
Next case, please.
Case number 213784, City versus Natalie Ruth Holmes and Julie B. Talent for the property located at 6112 East 110th Avenue. The extended deadline for compliance is tonight at midnight.
What's the case number? 3784?
3784.
Okay, thank you.
And the respondent is here.
Okay. If the respondent is here, come on up, state your name and address for the record, and the floor is yours.
Hello, Natalie Bailey, 6112 East 110th Avenue. I did not want to have to come back tonight. I thought that this was going to be taken care of before today. We are working with a contractor. I don't know why he's dragging his feet. He's claiming that he's busy. I did speak with him today. I know he's busy. I shouldn't say that I'm claiming that he's busy. I know he is. But I did speak with him today. He's done the electrical. We spoke with Inspector Bennett, and we no longer need the mechanical permit because it was shown that what we did didn't require a mechanical permit. And so now we're just waiting on the plumbing permit from the contractor.
Okay, so you still have one permit outstanding, which is the plumbing permit?
Correct.
And the plumbing guy hasn't even gone through the process yet to get the permit?
I talked to him 2 weeks ago and he said he was going to do it on Friday. And I said, okay, great. And so honestly, I just assumed that he did it on Friday. And so I reached out to him 2 days ago and he was like, oh, I'm going to handle that this week. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you.
But no work is being undertaken?
No, the work is complete.
The work's done?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. It's just a matter of getting the permit and making sure that the work that is done properly. Which is
Yes.
the purpose of the permit. Okay, so, so I assume you're here for an extension?
Yes, please.
Gentlemen, any other questions? If no questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
In case number 213784, violation, section 828, subsection 8, subsection 1, site of violation 6112 East 110 Avenue, I move to extend the deadline of compliance until January 12, 2022.
Very good. I think, is this your first extension with us?
This is the second.
Second, okay,
Yep.
that's what I thought. So, just, again, word to the wise, I know a lot of this is out of your care and control, but you might want to push your plumbing guy, because we can't keep giving extensions.
Yeah, no, I totally understand.
Okay.
If I didn't know that he hadn't done it that Friday, I
get it,
would have
yeah.
been calling him
But
every day.
if, if this was the first extension, fine, but, this is the second or third extension, and I think maybe you just, if you could impart that upon your contractor and somehow get him. Is there a lot of work to do? Or it's done?
No,
It's
it's
done,
not.
just a matter of,
He
yeah.
just has to,
Have you-
it's online, that's why I said I don't understand why he's dragging his feet.
Have you paid him everything?
I paid him for the electrical, but not for the
So
plumbing.
you still owe him money?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a motivator.
That was the motivator I'd used yesterday when I talked to him. I said, hey, what do I owe you,
Yeah, okay, very good. All right, well, sorry you had to keep coming back and talking to us. Hopefully by next month, it'll be all done.
Okay, awesome. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Next case.
We didn't second and vote.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
I'll second it.
I got carried away. Okay, so, did we even make a motion? We did, okay, sorry. So we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? No, motion carries. Okay, now you can go.
Awesome. Thank you.
I violate my own rules. Thank you.
Thank you, Ernie.
Why is here?
We didn't do it.
Next case, please.
Okay, back to hearings. Case number 215315, City versus Stephen Andrew Segrest for the property located at 724 Argyle Place. The case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 810213B, exterior walls maintained in good repair, and Section 810218A, sanitation shared area maintained in good repair. Case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. City has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were both properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on September 20th, 2021 for 3 violations: debris on the roof, stained exterior walls, and unmanicured vines on the exterior walls. That time, I left a door hanger with a re-inspection date of October 4th, 2021. On October 16th, I observed the roof debris had been removed, but the exterior wall stains were still present, as well as the unmanicured vines. I prepared a notice of violation on that date with a re-inspection date of November 1st. I posted the notice at the site, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. My re-inspection on November 17th showed no change, so a notice of hearing was prepared and the case was scheduled for the December Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by myself on October 16th and November 17th, 2021.
We'll accept those, thank you. And if I can just veer away from this case for a minute, sir, you're welcome to stay, but there's no requirement that you do stay, so if you want to. Okay, okay, you're welcome to stay.
How the system works.
Okay, very good.
You're one of the few.
Yeah.
Exhibit number 1 shows the notice of violation posting. Exhibit number 2 shows the stained walls, and exhibit number 3 shows stained walls and vines. Exhibit number 4 shows the stained wall. I have had contact from the resident as he sent a letter this past week The unmanicured vines were removed, and I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance for that particular violation.
Which violation is that the shared sanitation shared area?
102, 18A.
Okay, gotcha.
That one's in compliance.
Correct. So the violations for the wall staining remains out of compliance, and Mr. Segrist sent a letter asking for an extension until January 10th, the beginning of the spring semester at USF. He's had some health issues. I'm just kind of getting it down to the nitty-gritty here. I guess that's basically it. Just wanted an extension until January 10th.
Okay.
So the site's not in full compliance, and I'm seeking a ruling.
Okay, so we have 8-102-18A that is in compliance, and 8-102-13B that still remains out of compliance.
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Do it.
Thank you.
In case number 21-5315, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 724 Argyle Place? Argyle Place.
Socks.
Place? With the applicable codes 8-102 subsection 13 subsection B, 8-102 subsection 18 subsection A. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with all other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of this record of the record of this hearing. I further move there be no fine imposed for the violation of code section 8-102 subsection 18 subsection A, because the violation were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing. I further move that the remaining violation be corrected on or before January 12, 2022. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before the day they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, any previous violation committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 215699, City versus Mark T. Harrison and Lori R. Harrison for the property located at 305 Broxbourne Avenue. Case is before the board based on alleged violation of section 12860 inoperative storage equipment. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. City has evidence and the notice of violation and notice of hearing were both properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening once again, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on October 7th for 3 vehicles without of-date tags. I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of October 18th, 2021. My reinspection on October 29th showed no change, so a notice of violation was prepared on that date with a compliance date of November 15th, 2021. I posted the notice at the site as well as at City Hall, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. A reinspection on November 17th showed no change, so a notice of hearing was prepared on that date, and the case was scheduled for the December Municipal Code Board meeting. I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by me on October 29th and November 17th, 2021.
We'll accept that. Thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the notice of violation posting. Exhibit number 2 shows the out-of-date tag on vehicle number 1. Exhibit number 3 shows the out-of-date tag on vehicle number 2. And exhibit number 4 shows the out-of-date tag on vehicle number 3. The property owner's representative did contact me stating that they were trying to get current tags as the property owner is currently out of the country. The site is not in compliance and I'm seeking a ruling.
Thank you. Any other questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I'll do it.
Thank you.
In case number 21-5699, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace Code exists on the property located at 305 Bannockburn Avenue. The code section in violation is section 12-860. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Doug Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before January 12th, 2022. If the resident does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. Is that all the current cases?
Yes, we just have unfinished left.
All right, let's do it.
Case number 210786, City versus James L. Evans and Joyce A.G. Evans for the property located at 11305 East Queensway Drive. The extended deadline for compliance is tonight at midnight. Director Baroni has an update.
Just to update you on this property, Lori Smith reached out to Mr. Evans today, this afternoon. Mr. Evans, the wife, and the daughter all have COVID-19, so they're not leaving their home. So they're requesting an additional 30 days through me. I went by there on Monday of this week. The side of the structure is still topped. However, the chimney has been removed, so there is some progress. So the city has no problem giving them 30 more days.
So just remind me, is this the gentleman that has come back a couple times with the roof issue? And
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, okay. So this will be the third extension we've given them, right, at least? But they, for COVID, what are we gonna do? All right, so, I will, if there's any other questions, are there any other questions for the code officer?
Wish them well, so, you know,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, okay. If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion. Go ahead.
In case number 21-078786, City versus James and Joyce Evans, for the violation of section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection B, exterior wall maintained in good repair, and section 8-102, 13, subsection C, roof maintained in good repair, and section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection A, foundation structure. The site located at 11305 East Queensway Drive. I would like to move to extend the owner 30 days for the January 12th, 2022.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Oh, no.
Okay, looked like you wanted to say something. Okay, floor is now yours, sir, ma'am.
Case number 213797, City versus John P. Siegler for the property located at 306 South Burlingame Avenue. An affidavit of noncompliance was submitted by Officer Jose Silva for Section 828A1 dated November 11th, 2021. Case number 213858, City versus BN Empire LLC for the property located at 11009 North 56th Street. An affidavit of noncompliance was submitted by Officer Lori Smith for Section 828A1 dated November 12th, 2021. Case number 214324, City versus JR Premier Properties LLC for the property located at 608 Courtney Drive. Expiration of compliance is tonight at midnight. Case number 21-4556, City versus Peninsula Holding Group LLC for the property located at 533 Broxbourne Avenue. An affidavit of noncompliance was submitted by Officer Silva for Section 1035 dated November 11th, 2021. Case number 21-4897, City versus Adelwen LLC for the property located at 405 Park Ridge Avenue. A affidavit of compliance was submitted by Officer Allen for Section 828A1 dated November 11th, 2021.
Very good, thank you. Is there any other board action?
Pointing.
Any new business by anybody? I have, go ahead.
I just want to, we're getting towards the end of the year, and I just kind of want to say thank you to the board for a great year. Just want to wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody. But I also wanted to tell you that code staff this year opened over 7,000 cases. 85% of those cases are self-initiated. We generated over 700 notice of violations. 11 of them are repeat violations. We presented 102 cases to the code board this year. The top 5 violations, just so you may want to know, grass and weeds, we had 1,150 cases. Curbside debris, we had 810 cases. Parking violations, we had 745 cases. Trash can restorage, that's one of the things, new things that we generated this year. We've had over 645 cases. And duty to keep premise clean was 359 cases. We've collected this year over $39,000 in liens.
Wow.
So, and again, I'd like to thank also Kristen and Brian for a phenomenal job that they do. And again, Ernie as well, and thank everybody. So thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to see that the parking one moved down the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be on the top of the list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Can we get a copy of that?
The statistics.
Yeah,
I don't, what do you want a copy for?
I like to keep one.
I don't, Ernie?
I can put a
Okay.
little summary in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. She'll put a summary in a minute.
That would be
okay?
good.
Okay, there you go.
Are permits catching up? Because it feels like it.
No,
Like,
no.
The last
Just-
couple,
just tonight.
meetings,
Yeah,
like,
tonight
it's
for
been
sure.
all permits.
I
It
have-
feels like.
Go ahead.
I wish, I would, also, I would like to wish everybody happy holidays, and we'll see you all next year, right?
Yep. this is our-
Hopefully.
Yep,
Hope
this
so.
is our last meeting of 2021, and I, as your chair, I want to truly thank all of you for your diligence and attendance and perseverance some nights, and wish you happy holidays and a healthy and prosperous new year. And if nobody has anything else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Motion, second? Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much, gentlemen.